Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football. It's Arsenal against Liverpool in this Super Sunday game today. Really looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. I think it's going to be, I don't know whether it's going to be a cracker, I don't know whether it's going to be a cracker. I think it's going to be massively intriguing. I think for many years now, we would have gone into this game at the Emirates thinking, can Arsenal produce a shock? Liverpool are the better team. I think for the first time in many years, we're going into this game where Liverpool are, I suppose in the context of this season, they are the underdog. And Arsenal can go back top of the league today. And what better way to go back top of the league than by winning a game of football against Liverpool. So Garsha's gone 1-1. That's my early score prediction. I think 1-1. But Young God, thanks for the super chat. I think it's going to be really interesting. Really interesting to see how it plans out. So we've got the team news going around on the stats carousel there. But if you want to know it, it's Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu playing at left back. Tomiyasu playing at left back. So they've got a centre back at right back and a right back at left back. Odegaard, Partey and Xhaka. And then Saka, Jesus and Martinelli. On the bench, they have Tierney. So they could have played Tierney from the start, I suppose. Maybe he's carrying a bit of a knock. They obviously don't have Shevchenko, Vieira, Lokonga, Nelson, and a few other players on there. But then the Liverpool team, Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, or however you pronounce it. Henderson, Thiago, and then he's gone for the front four again. He's gone for Salah, Jota, Diaz and Nunez. Now, this worked well against Rangers the other night, but this is Arsenal away from home. It's interesting how Klopp, I'm not opposed to it. I don't know what Liverpool fans think, but I'm not opposed to the fact that instead of, filling the midfield with someone like Milner or maybe a Harvey Elliott, he's actually gone with, more prominently, Fabinho. Really, Fabinho is on the bench. He wants to get those attackers in. Salah, Jota, Diaz, Nunez. So it's quite an attacking way to play for Liverpool. Whether it'll work out that way or not, we'll have to wait and see. Gomez, Fabinho, Konate, Milner, Firmino, Elliott, Carvalho, Phillips, Kelleher on the bench for Liverpool. So you would say that Liverpool probably do have the better bench. But Arsenal have more points and Arsenal have the home advantage. I'm going to stick to my prediction of a draw. I'm going to go with 1-1. But I feel if anyone's going to win this, it will probably be Arsenal. And I'm really, as I say, interested and intrigued to see how it goes. If you're not aware, actually, there has already been a couple of Premier League games today already. West Ham beat Fulham 3-1. Goals from Antonio, Scamacca and Bowen. And I think it was Pereira who scored for Fulham. And then Crystal Palace have beaten Leeds 2-1. Edouard, Easy and Struck scoring for Leeds. Funnily enough, in both those games, Leeds and Fulham went 1-0 ahead as the away side, but ended up losing the game. So both their home wins for Crystal Palace and for West Ham. In the context of the Premier League table, that puts Crystal Palace 3 points clear from the relegation zone, and it gives West Ham a bit of a push as well as they start to move into mid-table as their early season woes out of the way. Come on, Arsenal. Jesus is due a hat-trick to catch up with Haaland, says Zayn Miasi. Thanks for the super chat, Zayn. And Show says, love your content, Mark. Keep up the great work. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you subscribe. What are your thoughts on that team, then? A few Liverpool fans a little bit concerned. I don't know what's going on with Fabinho this year. Is he the player that's getting the blame for their poor starts to the season? I don't know. But I think that, it's going to be really interesting. What I'm interested in seeing is on the stats carousel as it goes round when the game kicks off, who will get hold of the game in relation to possession? Arsenal will want it, Liverpool will want it. Is it going to be 50-50 or will one of them get hold of the game and get hold of the possession? I'm interested in seeing how that pans out as well. Nunez will score, says Joseph, the Liverpool fan. Well, look, I'm a Man United fan, but and obviously it doesn't take a genius to say that Haaland is having the better impact. I will yawn a lot this afternoon. I'll tell you why in a minute. Haaland is having the better impact on the Premier League, but I do feel that Nunez will start to score goals. And I might be in the minority here. There might be some of you agreeing with me. I'd love Nunez at Manchester United. I'm sure Arsenal would love him at Arsenal as well as an option. He's a chance magnet. He keeps getting into. I guarantee today he'll have a couple of shots on goal, and they'll be reasonably good shots as well. Double champion Max Verstappen, congratulations, says Liam Devon Red. Yep, congratulations to Max Verstappen on his first ever world title. Weird way of winning it again, but yeah, it was his first ever title. Legitimately, he won it today in the Formula One. If you're interested in this, Stranger Danger says Liverpool are going to win this, I think. And we've had another super chat from Zane. Mark, have you seen Jesus' skills on the wing? He's a better winger than Sancho and Anthony, and half the price. Do you know that Jesus plays as your number 9, Zane, or are you just a fan that supports the team without ever watching it? Tommy Asu's on the left side as well. Yeah, there's a few interesting things coming out about the team news here. You've got Arsenal using Tommy Asu as a left back. And you've got Liverpool playing Henderson and Thiago as a midfield too. And then they are playing a front four of Jota, Nunez, Salah and Diaz. But I think this can work. I think it can work because I think Jota's more than capable of dropping into the midfield. When I think about Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United, is there a massive difference between Bruno Fernandes and Jota? And yet we as United fans always include Bruno as part of the midfield three. But does he really... Is he really part of the midfield three, or is he more of a number 10? So, you know, I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. I am going to be a bit... I'm not lethargic. I'm looking forward to this today. And remember, Manchester United against Everton tonight. People might forget this. We've got United Stand Watchalong as well tonight. It's going to be a long one. 7 o'clock kickoff. I don't know why. I don't know why. If anyone in the chat has any indication as to why, let us know. I don't know why. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff, but Manchester United are playing Everton at Goodison Park at 7, and I'm really pumped up for that. But the reason I might be yawning a little bit is because I went on a lovely walk this early lunchtime, and then after the walk I went into a pub and had a full roast dinner. I had a trio, and a trio was roast beef, pork, and turkey with potatoes, trimmings, the lot. Then I had a cheesecake for pudding, and I had a couple of pints. So, you know, normally that would be me comatose in front of the TV watching sport, you know, snoozing. Not the best pre-match or pre-stream meal for Goldbridge. So it's left my body feeling quite sluggish, although the brain and mouth is very motivated. Motor mouth is here, but the body is a little bit tired. Opinions on Berbatov, says Titch. I don't really know. Why are we talking about Berbatov? Liverpool will win, Mark. It's obvious, says Sharpshooter. And Arsenal are better win against Liverpool, says Ravi. Yep. Sometimes you get good opinion. Sometimes you get really strange opinion there. So there we go. Arsenal are discussing new 200k a week contract for Saka, says Arsenal. Well, yeah, you would hope so. And have you seen the Have you seen the Euro 2024 qualification draw? That's from Stepper. I really don't care, mate. I mean, I'll watch the World Cup, and we're going to do all the games as a watch along. But for me, I mean, I was doing my Talk Sport show last night, and before the international break on YouTube, we were getting about 10,000 people watching the Talk Sport thing, and I think they had Jamie O'Hara and Gabby Bonglahor on just before me, and they were getting about 2,000 people watching. Last night they had 500 people watching, and I had 2,000 people watching. What does that show you? Oh, all right, maybe people don't want to watch, but more importantly, I think international football kills momentum. Before the international break, everyone was really into football, really excited. The international break comes in, and it kills momentum, and you don't get it back straight away when football comes back. I think people just become a little bit lethargic about football, and the international break does that. So I think England have got Italy and Ukraine in their group for the World Cup qualifiers, but I couldn't give a shit, really. I really couldn't. I think international football belongs in a bubble, and that bubble should be at the end of the season, out of the way of proper football. I really do. I really do think international football is a momentum killer. Hi Mark, love your work from Australia and love staying up to watch you. Stole the credit card, that's why I keep donating. Joking, do you think Klopp is under pressure if he loses today? Well, Young God makes a good point. I don't know whether anyone's aware of this. We've mentioned it a couple of times, but they do have Arsenal today, and they do have Manchester City at Anfield next week. And if they take 6 points from those two games, then Liverpool's season is kick-started. If they lose both those games, then there is huge pressure under Liverpool. But as I've said time and time again, you will not be in a situation with Liverpool whereby they sack their manager. That just will not happen. They just won't do that. So they're not going to sack Klopp, and quite rightly so, they won't. Whether he gets to the point where he is tired of the job and feels like a change, that could happen. But I don't see them sacking Klopp. I just absolutely don't see that happening, and I don't think any Liverpool fan really sees it happening. Tyler Ball says, Skamaka, lovely goal, great touch and finish, looking like he could be a great signing. Hey ho, here we go. Tyler, I think Skamaka is a player that, again, we speak about Nunez, we speak about Haaland, but I'd have loved Skamaka at Manchester United. He had a fantastic season in Serie A. I think he's a fantastic signing for West Ham. And, I'm a little bit surprised again that maybe a few other Premier League clubs didn't look at him. It's a very good deal for West Ham. What's going on with Casemiro? Something's not right, says Lee. Well, he's starting today. So I don't know what you're talking about. There is a bit of a leaked United team out. I mentioned this morning that I hadn't seen it this morning, but I have seen it now. My prediction this morning was that it was going to be pretty much the team that I'd previewed on the United stand, which would be De Gea, Delot, Lindelof unless Varane's back, Martinez, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, and then a front three of Rashford, Martial and Anthony. And apparently that's what it is. So there we go. Klopp should have left instead of extending his contract with Liverpool, says Kai. He's staying long enough to become the villain. I don't look. Liverpool fans are unique in their love for their football club. I do not think Liverpool fans would turn on Klopp. I just don't think it would happen. This is a club that hadn't won the Premier League at all. He wins them the Premier League. He wins them the Champions League. He's a legend at Liverpool. I just don't see those players. I don't see the players. I don't see those fans turning on Klopp. There may well be a point where it's time to part ways amicably, but I don't see a point where that would happen, if I'm honest. I really, really don't. But, who knows? Aga do. Push pineapple, shake a tree, says Karama. Or, do. Karama, do the conga. Do. We'll shake across. I don't know the lyrics to do. Conga. Let's have a look. We'll shake across the floor, I think is how it goes. But no, I've got a follow-up song. Agadu's great, but Do the Conga's pretty good as well. So let's have a look what the lyrics are here. Do the Conga. No, what Do the Conga? That's bloody Gloria Estefan. What's she on about? She didn't do the bloody conga. Gloria Estefan do the conga. Black Lace do the conga. Do. Come on and do the conga. Do. It's conga night for sure. Do. Come on and that's it. Yeah, it's conga night for sure. There we go. That's it. That's what we know it now. We know it. Liverpool are going to win 2-1, says Faki, and Debbie does Dallas watch along, says Patrick. You filth. And do you like waffles or pancakes? Yeah, we're not doing that sort of stuff. We're talking about football here. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Speed doesn't like Agadoo. No, he doesn't. He doesn't like losing at FIFA either, but he still did. And thoughts on Tsimikas? He's doing quite a good job. Doing quite a good job for Liverpool at the moment. I'll give him that. And thoughts on Bruno Guimaraes? Fantastic, Cruz. Absolutely fantastic. And I think that the way that Liverpool are going about their business at the moment, not Liverpool, Newcastle are going about their business at the moment is really really impressive what Liverpool are up to at the moment. So give them a little bit of credit. They're doing well. Newcastle, sorry. Just steadily going about their business, and I don't think you can knock that. They're up to 5th in the league. I was saying this actually. I was saying this in the pub a couple of hours ago. It's typical, and I know we're here to watch Liverpool Arsenal, and I think Liverpool fans might feel a little bit like this as well. For United, it's bloody typical at the moment. You can catch teams at the right time. Like, I think Gerrard will get sacked soon, and funnily enough, United are playing Villa twice in about 3 weeks, just in time for the new manager bounce. Everton have taken 7 points from 9 just in time to play Man United. Next week we're playing Newcastle, who are in really good form as well. Chelsea are after that, who are now in good form. So, I mean, look, I'm not using it as an excuse. The reality is, if you want to be good, you've got to beat what's in front of you. But yeah, we do seem to be catching these teams who are in good form at the moment. What's your favourite team other than United, says Liam? I just enjoy watching football, mate, away from Manchester United. I don't need to support two teams, so I don't really have anybody. Thoughts on Casillas? I've seen something, but I haven't dug deep, so I can't really offer any insight on that. Apparently he was hacked, wasn't he? But yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Who do you hate more, Liverpool or Arsenal, says Sean. I don't hate anyone, mate. I don't hate anyone. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it pans out. Hi, Mark. Big fan from India. Love all your videos, says Vishnu. Thank you very much. Hope you're all having a good day, whatever you're doing, whatever the time is. How's the FPL, Mark? Good. Good question there. How is the FPL going? Let's have a quick look at this, because I was doing all right, but I sense everyone else has got the same players as me. So let's have a look. My points at the moment, I've got 46 and the average is 37. So I've got 46 points at the moment with the low, Ben White, Odegaard and Jesus to come. So I've got 4 players to come. The low, White, Odegaard and Jesus. Cucurella, bastard. Cucurella got me 7 points. I didn't think he was even going to bloody play. And he's on my bench. So, yeah. He ain't going to get in my team because he's my second sub. So that was a bit of a blow. But apart from that, I'm doing all right. 46 points. I've got 4 players to play today with Delo and 3 Arsenal players. White, Odegaard and Jesus. So there we go. Not amazing, but not terrible. How much to donate for a follow on Instagram, says Young God. Don't ask me to follow you on Instagram, pal. I'm not very good at Instagram. And who's the bigger rival, Man United or Liverpool, says Jordan. Bigger rival for who? Man United's biggest rival is Liverpool. I think Man United fans are scared, afraid and still traumatised by past experiences. We will be fine, Mark, tonight, says Sharpshooter FX. Yeah, don't forget, United stand tonight. We will be live and we could hit 1.5 million subscribers tonight. That's quite a big thing. We're currently on about 1,000 subscribers away, so it could happen. So there we go. Will Scott says, rest in peace to Gian Piero. And Ajax is struggling. I am available, Donna. I am available. Not for you. I'm a married man. I'm not saying Donna. You know, I mean in relation to Ajax, if they want some, Goldbridge ball, it's available. Again, Donna, I'm not talking about you and Goldbridge ball. I'm talking about football. Goldbridge, will you do a UFC watch along? No. And Guna Rogers, thank you very much for that chat as well. So let's have a little bit of a poll going here. We're going to go with a poll result because I think this is worthy today. It would be worthy for the United game as well. So let's go Arsenal win, draw, Liverpool win. And you can get in the chat there. Thank you. If Liverpool lose today, what are the ramifications? If Liverpool lose today, they would be stuck in mid-table. Liverpool at the moment, 10th place with 10 points. They are mid-table. They are 13 points off Man City. They are 11 points off Arsenal. They do have a game in hand, of course. But they are out of a title race, Liverpool. If they want to prove me wrong, try and prove me wrong. But I'm convinced that they're out of a title race already. And Liverpool need to start. I think what Liverpool need to do, and I was speaking to a Liverpool fan about this a week ago, they said, and they were quite relaxed about it, and I don't know whether we've got many Liverpool fans watching and what you think. I find Liverpool fans quite, look, they're a massive rival for us United fans, but I do find Liverpool fans very different in how they approach things. And what he basically said to me was, look, we've had this happen before. We've got to start planning for next season. If we can win a Champions League or a domestic cup, great. But we've got to start getting back into the rhythm to prepare for next season. And I was like, that's an amazing way to look at it in October with so much of the season left. And they weren't writing the season off, but they were saying, look, what we've got to focus on is to get back playing in the rhythm that we need to play because we've lost that rhythm. And not all fans would be like that. Some fans would be like, well, what's going on? And yeah, they've got games in hand. If Liverpool win their next 2 games, it's very interesting. And I will just add here, it would not surprise me at all if Liverpool won today comfortably. And when I say comfortably, they controlled the game and won it 2-0. I would not be surprised if Liverpool won today. And then at Anfield against Man City, that's a real test of how good Manchester City are. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see. Really, really interesting. I keep saying it's going to be really interesting because I am really intrigued by this game. Give us your thoughts. So, in the poll at the moment, we've got 49% going with an Arsenal win, 21% going with a draw, 30% going with a Liverpool win. Damon Targaryen, thank you very much for giving us a super chat. I mean, I know you're very busy with your Dragons, but thank you very much for that. Yeah, I do think this is a real acid test for Arsenal. I know Old Trafford, they lost. So whatever people think about United, they lost. Spurs, obviously they won, but is there a lot of difference between Arsenal and Spurs? No. And Arsenal won, so they won that one. But this is different. I think the 2 teams you want to beat as an Arsenal fan are Liverpool and Man City, and their opportunities today. And I've been saying this for a while now. It's a shame that Arsenal's game against Man City got postponed this month, so Arsenal could play their Europa League game against PSV, I think it is, because I think the time to play Man City for Arsenal has been any time in the last month. I really do think if Arsenal had played Man City in September, they would have had their best chance. And of course, by the time Arsenal play Man City might be 5, 6, 7 points ahead of them. And by then, psychologically, that chance is gone. I think it's a real shame that Arsenal didn't get to play Man City when they were close together in points. And I know Arsenal might stay with them anyway, but you know what I mean? I think Arsenal have been playing really well at the moment, and I think now is the time for them to play Man City, but it's just not worked out. And I get the feeling by the time they do play Man City, Man City will already be away from them. And maybe by that point, Arsenal have got some injuries, etc. So it's a big game for them today because the second one of those is Liverpool and they do get to play them. Thoughts on the double pivot of Hendo and Thiago, says Narian? Well, I'm a big fan of Fabinho, and I'm very surprised that Fabinho's not in the team, but I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, the positive side of it is that it allows Liverpool to get 4 attackers on the pitch, Nunez, Jota, Diaz, and obviously Salah. But can they get hold of that midfield? I think Jota can do that job. I see triple up on Arsenal and FPL. We know you love Arsenal, says Kelsing. Jokes aside, love your content. Hey, mate, you know what? When it comes to Fantasy Premier League, I went with Arsenal players very early. I thought that Ben White was good value for money. I do rate Odegaard, and Jesus will score goals. So it wasn't even... I've had them from week 1. So it's not just because Arsenal are top. I thought that they were good value in Fantasy Premier League, and they have been. They've been very good value for me. I did have Salah in my team, but I took him out because of the postponement games and put De Bruyne in, and I've not really had any urge to bring him back yet. Trent is up against it tonight. Going to have Saka at him all night. Can't wait to see it, says Johnny. Well, he won't, because Saka will be the on the other side, won't he? I would have thought, unless they swap sides, Johnny. Hi, Mark. I'm an Arsenal fan. Considering Arsenal always get bad results against top 6, do you think the chance of top 4 for Arsenal is 50% this season? Says Ali. Look, I think it's really unfair to sort of judge Arsenal or start to predict what's going to happen with Arsenal because they're having a very good season. But you are right that there is title talk for Arsenal at the moment, or title contender talk. But it's amazing how very quickly your expectations can change from what they were at the start of the season. And I think that Arsenal fans, or I, or anybody who's not an Arsenal fan, at the start of the season, we would have said, if Arsenal get top 4, that's a good season for them because they missed out last year. So this year they've got to get it. They now have the opportunity to go back top of the league. So I think it's Arsenal. I think when you're up there, you stick to it. That's what you've got to stick for. You've got to stick to that. You've got to try and stay up there as long as you can. But ultimately, if Arsenal do get top 4 this season, that will still be an achievement. I married my niece. Rate my marriage out of 10, says Damon Targaryen. Rihanna is fit, says Mohammed. Arsenal are going to win, says Poms. And, well, I'm going to close the poll here because we've had nearly 7,000 votes. 7,000 votes. 50% say Arsenal win, 20% say draw, 30% say Liverpool win. I'm going to go with a draw, so I'd be in the minority there. But look, let's see what happens. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very, very welcome, as per usual, on the United Stand. Sorry, I've just got to send a message here. Let's get him a chippy order in. Can you sing Road Rage by Little T? No. I thought I can sing Road Rage by Catatonia. It's all over the front page. You give me road rage, racing through the best days. She was Welsh. Well, I don't think they were they called Catatonia? I think they were called Catatonia. Yeah, please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. Thank you very much, everybody. And match stats are going to be there as well. What are you going to get from the chippy? I've gone for beef and onion pie, mushy peas, gravy, and chips. Proper not going to be liked, that is it? But let's be honest, it's not bad. Players are coming out onto the pitch. Here we go. Get ready to rumble. There's no career mode today, Susan. I don't do career mode on the weekend. I do career mode. At a different time. Why was the game delayed? It was always a half-4 kick-off, mate. And Mark, has Pep's dominance made the Premier League into a farmers' league? Before the season even starts, you expect City to win every trophy, says the Football 454. How much do you hate Man City, Mark, says Jokers? I don't hate anybody. And I suppose you can answer those two things at the same time. I still think that Manchester City are vulnerable. And I know I'm in the minority here, but I predict them to win the league. And I predict, you can check my season predictions on this channel. I predicted Man City to win the league. And I predicted that Erling Haaland would win the Golden Boot. But I don't think, this is the scary thing about Man City, I think they're actually going through a transition at the moment. And what I mean by that is that Haaland makes them play in a very different way. So, and they've adapted to it very, very, very quickly. So, but I do think that, look, everyone says if Haaland gets injured, they're in trouble. But it might not just be Haaland. What about De Bruyne? What about Foden? So I do think that there is a vulnerability to Manchester City. I don't feel like they've got that amazing depth. But they are the favourites. And if Arsenal win today, they're back on top of the league. So why are Man City running away with it? If Arsenal got a very good 11 as well. What if Liverpool win today and then Liverpool beat Man City next week? Does that bring Liverpool back into it? Liverpool should have started Thiago at 10, says Sadeshan. And get a grip, Susie, says Ghazi. Liverpool need this more than anything else right now. 3 points would really boost everyone's confidence, says Aidan. I think if they do get 3 points today, Liverpool, it's it puts Man City on the top and everyone will start talking about Man City again. But if I was Arsenal, I'd be very, very happy that you're going into this. If Arsenal are going into this as the favourites like they are, I think that's a big step forward for Arsenal. And you know, I watched Arsenal play against United at Old Trafford, and they were definitely very, very different in that game. They were definitely very confident. I mean, Arsenal at Old Trafford, we would normally be the favourites in that, and they came to Old Trafford. They were very motivated. They wanted to get on the ball. They did get on the ball, and they were very, very confident. So I think it's really interesting to see this game today, just how Liverpool approach it. And we've got the stats carousel next to me. Let's see how that develops as a game. Let's see how that develops in relation to stats, because Liverpool like to have a lot of the ball. I mean, look, the interesting thing about this game today as well is that Man United have played both these teams. And both of these teams we gave possession to. And both of these teams, Liverpool and Arsenal, we beat them. But at times they had a lot of the ball. So I think it's going to be really interesting to just see who has more of the ball in this game. Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Arsenal? And what impact that has on how the game pans out. We're about to start here, everybody. Let me just get the timer ready to go. Yes, I am doing United stand. I've just got to get this timer right here so it starts at the right time. Salah's got the ball. Let's get ready to rumble, ref. Let's get ready to rumble. He's ready to rumble. Michael Oliver, the referee. Can be good, can be bad. Did the Manchester derby last week. Gave an early yellow card, which I don't like. They take the knee. Again, this is, I think they're doing it this weekend and a few times this season. There we go, and we're off and running. Antoine Griezmann deal just signed. Your opinion, says Young God. I don't really have an opinion on it, mate. I don't have a massive opinion on it, you know. At end of the day. But Liverpool have started this game. We've got the timer running as well. A draw would be nice. Suspending. I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I don't know whether we'll get a great game. They could cancel each other out. I don't actually think there's a lot between Liverpool and Arsenal. I know, and that's a massive compliment to Arsenal, by the way. I think Liverpool have dropped off a little bit. And I think Arsenal have improved a lot. So I don't think there's much between these two teams at the moment. So I think we might see a very interesting draw. Liverpool nearly got in there. Please subscribe, by the way. We're on the road to 787,000. We're only about 500 away. Now, Saka's got a bit of space. Rolls it into Odegaard. Looks for the pass. Should be 1-0 to Arsenal. And it is. He's onside. Odegaard with the assist. 1-0 to Arsenal straight away. They've carved them open like a Christmas turkey. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the weak spot again. He's talking to the manager. He's not. He's talking to the referee. But Liverpool have been carved open there. First attack. Trent Alexander-Arnold looks to the sides, but it's his side again. Martinelli slipping in behind him. That offside trap. I don't know what Liverpool are complaining about. I can't see what they'd be complaining about. It's a ball forward. Saka into Odegaard. I think they're looking for offside, and he does not look like he is. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. It's a lovely assist by Odegaard. I've got him in my fantasy Premier League, but Saka plays a big part in it as well. I think Van Dijk plays him on. They're checking a possible offside. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's offside by... Oh, no, Saka's back foot might be offside when that ball's played. That's what they're looking at. When Saka receives the ball, was his back foot offside? Martinelli's miles on. Martinelli is miles on. It was the pass into Saka. And I think they've said that's all right as well. And they've given it. And it's 1-0. There we go. I mean, I knew Martinelli was onside. And it's a fantastic... It's a dream start for Arsenal. And I tell you what, this makes it very difficult for Liverpool now. And again, Trent Alexander-Arnold just caught on the offside. And Liverpool are 1-0 down here. Not what they would want. And the way Arsenal are playing at the way that Arsenal are playing at the moment and the confidence they're playing with, this is not what Liverpool would want. They'd want to feel the way into this game, exert a bit of authority. And already they are 1-0 down. It was a well-worked goal by Arsenal, though, I've got to say. The ball into Saka, the way he carried it into Odegaard. Liverpool had committed men forward and nearly in themselves, and then they just got broke upon. It reminds me a bit of Man United against Man City last week, just getting broke upon as the away team. I'd like a draw for my bet, but I'm back in Arsenal, says Tumbleweed. Thanks for the super chat. United fans sit down for saying we don't beat good teams at Spurs and now Liverpool, says Zayn Miasi. Yeah, Zane, you can sit down because you're an Arsenal fan and I told you Arteta was a good manager and you spent 6 months saying Arteta out. So, come on. Two can play at that game. Well, somebody just said there in the chat, Des. You don't hear people being called Des anymore, do you? Anyway, Des. I like the name Des. Des. Remember Des Walker? He was a good player. Des. Anyway, Des says this is going to be 6-0 to Arsenal. Well, no one's ever thought, well, some people might have thought about it. This is going to be onside. He's kept it in. It's a weird cross. Headed away by Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu playing at left back today. Ben White playing at right back. There's another foul there. Arsenal started off really well here. Good high tempo. Thoughts on Trent, says Muzadiq. I think he's fantastic going forward. I think he has weaknesses defensively. Zane, we're 3 minutes in. Calm down, says Chris. I'll tell you now, though. I will tell you now. What's that eFootball like? Free to play? What is eFootball? Is this new game or is that... I don't know what eFootball is. I'll tell you now, though. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're proper nervous here. Nunez got a shot off. If you are a Liverpool fan, you're proper nervous because this game is one that you can't afford to lose. Reece James is clear of Trent for sure. I would play Reece James over Trent because he's an all-rounder. Trent's better going forward than Reece James, but Reece James is very good going forward and is better defensively. So, but yeah, for Liverpool, this is a terrible start. You know, your heart's racing now. You're like, shit, we're away from home. The crowd's up for it. They're up for it. We've really got to dig deep here and find levels to get ourselves back into this game. And you know what? I'm actually pleased we've had the goal because good run by Martinelli. Diaz is going to get booked. Yeah. One thing about Michael Oliver, he'll get his cards out. He did trip him. Yellow card. Martinelli showing some real pace there. But the improvement, can I just say this? The improvement of Arsenal under Arteta. To think that there were Arsenal fans out there who didn't see it coming. You know what? I'm fortunate. Especially on this channel. How many times when Arsenal were mediocre was I saying I can see what Arteta's doing? And many of you did as well. And it's weird because I don't want Arsenal to do well. But I could see what he was doing. And you had very vocal Arsenal fans talking about, you know, printing T-shirts and Arteta out and all that. You know, it's all funny. It's all banter. But on a serious level, how could you not see what he was trying to do? How could you not look at his CV? How could you not look that he sat next to Pep Guardiola as his assistant coach and not realise his long-term vision was trying to get you to play like this? It amazes me that some Arsenal fans just didn't see it. And so much so didn't see it. They were talking about, let's get Vieira. Like, they couldn't see it coming. And now you look at it and you go, bloody hell. I mean, Arsenal have got a lot of things wrong. A lot of things wrong. But, and I know there's been protests against the owners, and I'm not getting involved in that because I'm not an Arsenal fan. I think that's exclusively for fans of the clubs in relation to whether you should be owners in or out. It's up to you. But in fairness to the way that club's been run, the patience they've given with Arteta just shows you what it can do when you give a manager the time to implement their vision. And I mean, look, Arsenal last year deservedly missed out on top four to Spurs. This year, they're deservedly 1-0 up against Liverpool after 10 minutes to go back top of the league in October. It's amazing. Amazing. And look, Arsenal's depth beyond their first team, I think it's not great, but their first team will give anyone a game. And at the moment, as I said, I think it's a shame they can't play Man City in a couple of weeks because it might be their best time to play them. Read this message. Says Brody, love your content. Please never stop posting. Thanks, Brody. Appreciate that. Arteta has done a brilliant job. Not talked about it enough. They look the real deal, says Aaron. I think the greatest thing about Arteta is the journey he's been on and the battles he's had to go through and the fact that, you know, people couldn't see what he was doing. And for me, one of the big things he did that really shone out was the changing of the goalkeeper, because Leno's a good goalkeeper. And to go and spend, £25 million on a Sheffield United goalkeeper when you've got Leno is Ramsdale's just gone down here with a bit of something. Yeah, to go and buy your goalkeeper and change your goalkeeper and be allowed to change your goalkeeper. It just shows you the vision that he had. That, you know, I don't want that goalkeeper. I want somebody else. Now, Aaron Ramsdale here, he's kicked a long ball and he's seems to have done something to his hip. Right about there. If I stand up and show you, this is Goldbridge's injury corner. He's hurt himself right there. Now, that's going to be painful when you're kicking. BD Gaming says this could be another draw for Liverpool. I love you, Mark, says Brody. Andrew says, please stay standing up. And he added an ooh in there as well. I think he's all right. Keep an eye on that. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. 10 minutes gone. Arsenal deservedly in front. I think I'm really pleased that we've had an early goal. Really pleased we've had an early goal, because I think if you didn't get the early goal, both teams would be quite, cagey. And you want, as somebody who's effectively, I'm a neutral, I don't really want either of them to win. I think a draw is probably best as a United fan. But I want to see a good game of football. And I think the fact that we've had an early goal, whoever gets the early goal is going to open the game up. And the game will open up now. Liverpool have got to get back into it. They'll want to win, not draw. And Arsenal obviously have got something to build upon. Wasn't an Arteta fan, but he's changed my mind in a big way. No Arsenal fan can be unhappy with him anymore. Those that are saving face, says GB UK. Oh, Martinelli's given a corner away. Mark Glover says Liverpool season is over. Yeah, got a long day for you today. I am going to do Man United Everton is not as big as this. It's not as big as this, but as a United fan, I'm proper nervous for it. I think it's going to be a really energetic game. I think Everton's midfield is so powerful. I think it's going to be really interesting. Header over the bar there from Van Dijk. Why did Trent drop off to this level this season, says Nario? He's always been vulnerable defensively. Trent Alexander-Arnold's issue is his defensive positioning. He's not very good at sensing danger, and that's obviously a skill as a defender. And I think Jurgen Klopp knows it, and he puts up with it because he's so good going forward. But I really do think at some point Trent should adapt like Gareth Bale into being a winger. Who scored? Martinelli. Martinelli scored. Odegaard assist. I've got him in the Fantasy Premier League. Arsenal are in again here, though. Cross is good. Should be two. Good save, Alisson. It was a big chance. Big chance. Linesman's gone with a flag anyway, but Xhaka got the shot. The cross came in. I think is it Ben White down the right hand side? It is. Ben White puts the cross in. And Xhaka would have been offside anyway, but it's a good save by Alisson. That would have been another assist. I've got Ben White. Nice ball out wide to Diaz here on the left hand side. He's got a bit of space. He's done well. Cross comes in, easy header away, but it comes to the edge of the box. Thiago, Henderson. He'll go wide. Salah. I take it Robertson's injured as well. Tommy Asu does very good on Salah. To rephrase, why is Trent Alexander exposed this season, says Nayan? I think he's always exposed in certain situations when he's on the back post. I don't think he's particularly aware to pick the runners up, and I think that good coaches exploit it. If I was a manager, and I'm sure Arteta said it and Brighton said it, run off Trent Alexander-Arnold, run in behind him, just keep running in behind him, and look for the balls to do that. Say Miasi, Martinelli, Jesus, best Brazilian attack since 2002. Mark being Arsenal fan says PB. Do you think Odegaard is a top 3 league midfielder, says Brody? I like Odegaard. I openly said last February that Odegaard's better than Bruno, and Bruno plays for Man United. And the reason he's better than Bruno is because he's very good, Odegaard, at keeping possession. He keeps the ball possession-wise very, very well. Oh, now then, is that a handball? Gabriel's got his hand out in an unorthodox position. Is that a handball? I don't think it will be given, but his hand is out. He does put his hand out. Is that going to be a handball? I think it's too close. Not given. Not given. Well, I've got to stick with my initial reaction was I thought that it was very, very close to his body. His hand was out, but the ball only moves about a metre. So it's one of those. I think if it's at Anfield, it gets given. But I'm surprised it didn't get looked at. I am surprised it didn't get looked at. Now, Saka's gone down here. I think he's caught him in the face. It looks accidental. Yeah, he's hardly touched his face. I don't know why Saka's gone... maybe he's caught him in the eye with a finger. But might have poked him in the eye. Where are Arsenal going to finish, says Bushra? Well, at the moment, they're doing fantastically well. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. We've got nearly 20,000 watching. We've got a really good game going on here. Lots of people saying it should have been a handball. Let's do a bit of a poll on this, actually. Handball, yes or no? I'm interested to see. That's what it's all about. Democracy in football. That's what we promote on here. My feeling is, and I'm not swaying anything, it's definitely a handball. His hand is definitely in an unnatural position and the ball definitely hits his hand. So I understand why people might say handball, but I think it's so close. The ball travels about a metre, and I just think that for me, I don't want to see a handball for that sort of thing. If that happens at Goodison Park against, Martinez later on, I would say, what is he supposed to do? The ball's hardly travelled. So I think common sense has occurred there. But having said that, it's very, 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 very uncommon for VAR to apply common sense that quickly. I'm surprised it wasn't reviewed because I don't trust VAR. I don't trust these referees. And if I can come to that decision quickly and you can come to that decision quickly, I trust it. But I don't trust VAR. So I am surprised it's not been reviewed. But I personally don't think it was a red card. I put Martial in... a penalty. I put Martial in my team. I hope he's back with a bang. It says Barry. Thanks, Barry. Thanks for the super chat there. How long do you believe Trent will be at right back at Liverpool? And how easy can a player like him be converted? Well, the trouble is, Tyler, you can't convert Trent to a right winger when you've got Mo Salah. So I suppose that's probably part of the issue. But teams are starting to really exploit Trent. As I say, that goal by Arsenal was by design. It literally was. When you're running at their back four, get it across to Odegaard, Martinelli make that run, slip it in behind, goal. It was so simple. It was such a simple goal, and there was nothing Trent could do about it. Alan says a handball is a handball. It's not, though, is it, Alan? It's not. If it was, things might be a bit easier, but it definitely isn't like that, is it? It's not. If every handball in the box was a penalty, life would be a lot easier. Maybe it should be like that. Maybe if it's a handball in the box, it should just be a penalty, whether it's accidental or not. But no, it isn't like that, and it's not been like that for a very long time. Good play by Diaz here. Plenty of space to run into. He's got to slip Nunez in. Nunez has gone too early, but it's a lovely switch of the play to Salah, who's going to have to wait now. I just think Keenan says it was accidental, but his hand shouldn't have been like that. I think it's more about the distance the ball's moved. I think it only moves a metre. 63% of you think it should have been a penalty. Joe says, I'm gutted we got our game called off against Liverpool, and he's a Chelsea fan. BC says the handball was clear as day, very clear and obvious. Hey, can I just say, if that's Anthony at the Emirates doing that, I'm screaming for a handball. Not him handballing it, but if it's Anthony trying to get it past Gabriel, and 100%. Yeah, I understand why Liverpool fans think it's a penalty. Yeah, 100%. Juan says, Mane did that last season by flicking the ball into a defender's hand and it was given. Personally, don't feel those type of handballs should be given. Liverpool dominating the possession. Well, we did say about possession, didn't we? I think it's always very difficult to judge possession because obviously Arsenal are 1-0 up, so they don't need to dominate the ball. I think Arsenal will be playing now on the counter. So obviously Liverpool are chasing the game, so they will probably have more of the possession. Barry says Liverpool are an easy 3 points for a top 6 side. Arsenal on the attack again. In behind Trent again. Martinelli puts a good cross in. Nobody on the back post. Would you trade Sancho for Saka, says Brody? Well, I don't know about trade. I do like to be quite loyal to players. Do I think Saka's better than Sancho at the moment? Yes, I do. What's your favourite game in genre in music, says Lay? Oh, I like all sorts of music, me. I like pop, rock. We should not ignore Van Dijk's sloppiness on the goal. He has been terrible and overconfident this season and highly overrated for having 2 good seasons, says Akshay. Yeah, I think Van Dijk is off his game this season, without a shadow of a doubt. I think going forward, handball rules should be clear. Ball hits hand in the box, penalty. Otherwise, we end up with grey areas based on referees' interpretation, says Rogine. I think, I'll be honest with you, I'm just going to close the poll actually. 61% of you said it should have been a penalty and 39% obviously said no after 8,500 votes. I gave up on interpreting the handball rule a long time ago. I don't understand it. I remember Man United playing at Stamford Bridge maybe 2 seasons ago, and Sancho, I think it did the ball. I know Sancho was involved, and I think Hudson-Odoi was involved, and he basically knocked it with his hand in the penalty box, and it wasn't given, and I couldn't understand it. And at that point, I said, I really can't tell you what's a handball and what isn't anymore. I can't sit here and tell you what a handball is anymore. All I can do is say whether I think it should be a handball or not. I don't know the rule. I don't think anybody really understands the rule because it's so inconsistent. The handball rule in the penalty box is the worst rule of the lot. And there are some really hard rules to understand. But yeah, the handball rule. I mean, look at and it's not just in the box. Look at last week. Look at Thiago Silva. He knocks the ball twice. Ayew would have been through 1-on-1. Should have been a handball. Should have been a red card. Wasn't. Yeah, if he chopped him down with a tackle, it would have been. I said that to somebody last week. I said, the Thiago Silva one where Ayew's going to be in last man and he knocks the ball with his hand and they give him a yellow card. If he tripped him up, it would have been a red because he would have been depriving a goal scoring opportunity. But again, handball, it's just weird. Ryan says, I wish I had a dad like you. Okay, right. I think we've done that one from Rajim. I think a few people might be having a problem with it glitching. I'm just going to drop. It might drop for a minute because I'm just going to adjust my internet and see if it... Should be back now, everyone. It might become more stable now, hopefully. If not, I'll have to try something in the back system. It was glitching a little bit for some people, I noticed, so I'd rather sort it out and hopefully it will just be a little bit more stable now. It was glitching for a few people, so I just wanted to make it work. Yeah, I need to upload the scoreboard again because I've just changed. Let's have a look. Load, start, okay. Yeah, still 1-0. Hopefully that's a bit better for the people it was glitching for. All right, Liverpool are on the attack. Good shot, good save. And that was a good shot by Nunez. Good cross shot by Nunez. Ramsdale getting his hands to it. 25 minutes gone. Interesting one. Okay, that sorted it out. Good. Not a bad shot by Nunez. Doesn't really have anything else on. There's not really a cross on there. Where is the next going for Goldbridge or new pod, says Nelly. Oh, I do need to sort one. I do need to sort one out, to be fair. I do. I tell you what, Nunez looks like he's... I fancy Nunez to score today. I'm even gonna tweet it. He looks sharper. He looks more confident. He always seems to get a big chance. Hey, Seb's with me. He says, I think Nunez is going to score as well. I'm saying, oh, shit. I don't know what I just did then. What wire was that? Oh, that's a wire. Get out, you bloody pesky wire. Yeah, I don't think Arsenal can play like this for 90 minutes. They've got to offer something more going forward. I mean, the goal was very, very good. But since then, it's been all Liverpool. This is where Liverpool have got to be clever. Nice little ball in again. Jesus. Still Jesus. Nice ball into Tomiyasu. Not a bad left foot cross from Tomiyasu there. Headed away by Van Dijk, but Jesus has still got it. He's still got it in the box. And ends up shooting. Keeper's got it. It's all over the front page. You give me all the rage. It's up to you, boy, you're driving me crazy. So we're just approaching half an hour gone here. And a double header tonight as well. We've got this Liverpool game at the Emirates. And we've got Everton at home to Manchester United, which I'm doing on United Stand. Please subscribe, by the way. We're only 10 subscribers away from 787,000. You're all very welcome on That's Football. Get involved. You know that. Everyone's welcome on here. Even Zayn. Yeah, United have got to win today. Even as a United fan, I've got to say we've got to win. Salah's having a difficult season, isn't he? It's amazing, and I think this is the thing. Football's an amazing game. It's not a computer game. A player who's very good can suddenly... Jota's done very well there. Here's Diaz. Surely that was a handball. Not given. No, what? He's given it against Diaz. Well, it was a handball. It was on Diaz. Yeah, it's amazing. Mo Salah at times has just looked absolutely unplayable. And then right now, he looks completely average. What is the explanation with Mo Salah? I mean, you give him a chance, he'll take it, but he just doesn't. He just looks very ordinary at the moment. I don't think he looks crap. I just think he looks very ordinary, and he's better than that. Nice ball into Nunez down the right hand side. The cross is good, and it nearly ends up being an OG. Saliba puts his foot in to block the cross, and Ramsdale has to make the save. Effective. It works. Nunez does well here. Did very well. It's a good cross. Ramsdale does very well as well. Liverpool missing Mane. Well, he's got to give that handball. Oh, referee. They do miss Mane, but Mane's not doing fantastically well at Bayern, is he? And I think Diaz is one of the best Liverpool players, so I don't know. I think Liverpool, even with Mane, may have been due a drop-off this year. I think they put so much effort into last year that I don't know whether you could repeat that. I think there has to be a drop-off from Liverpool last year. Do you think Man City is ruining the Premier League, says Callum? Yeah. I don't blame them for it, but I do think they're ruining the Premier League. I think if you took Man City outside of the Premier League, we'd have a brilliant league. But they're part of it. Respect the fact that they are the best team in it, and they've got the best squad in it, and they've got the best manager in it, and they've got the most money. But yeah, if you took Man City out of the Premier League, it would be a very good league. But doubtless, many people would have said that at times with Man United as well. If you took Man United out of the league, then it would be a good league. So, it's just the way it is. Here's Salah on the right-hand side. Good play. And he should have put the cross in there. Andrew Purvis says they don't have the most money, Newcastle do. But Newcastle aren't in the position to be able to spend that money, are they? I mean, you can have the bigger bank balance, but Man City can actually spend that money. They've established themselves at the top. They've got the money. They've got the pull. They've got the financial ramifications to be able to do it. I mean, Newcastle may well get there, but you do like Nunez, don't you, Mark? I do like Nunez. I'm just not one of those fans that just because they end up going to your rival, you go, oh, they were shit anyway. I get why people do that, but lovely play by Tsimikas there, and then ends up losing it. But it's Nunez who does well. And no, I do like Nunez. It reminds me of the Fabinho thing. I really wanted Fabinho at Manchester United, and he went to Liverpool, and he ended up being very, very good. And I'm not going to say that I don't think Fabinho is a good player. And it's the same with Nunez. Nunez is a player that we were looking at Manchester United, and he ended up going to Liverpool. And then it's like, well, he's a flop and he's shit. But I would have liked him at Manchester United. Ramsdale's just skinned him. Everyone talks about the Liverpool drop-off because of a busy last season, but they played just 3 games more than City and Chelsea, says actually. Yeah, but I think Man City and Chelsea have got better squads than Liverpool, haven't they? Chelsea's squad's very good. I mean, Liverpool, beyond... If you think about Liverpool's best team, whether it's Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, Mane, Salah, and Jota, what's their backup to those players? I mean, who's Trent's backup? I mean, all right, Robertson, there is Tsimikas now. At centre-back, it's not too bad. Could play him in. Cross is good. What did I tell you? 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 And I can't celebrate a Liverpool goal, but Nunez has just scored. I just sensed it today. He looks really sharp. 2 minutes before that, he just sprinted back to help out Tsimikas. It's a mistake at the back by Gabriel. This is a goal. It's a good goal as well. He's took it well. I fancied him to score today. I think he's a chance magnet, and at some point he's going to start scoring goals. And fair play. He's took it well. It's a good goal as well. Good goal. Diaz again. Mistake by Gabriel. Can't get back. 1-1. And all that possession now. Look at the possession that Liverpool have had there. 1-1. Sometimes you can just read a player, and I think he's looked a lot sharper. He's looked a lot more confident in his mind. Klopp's happy. Nunez is happy. 1-1. I had a tenner on Nunez to score for 33 back. So here's your share, says Dusk. Thank you very much. Can you say happy birthday? What are you going to guess next, Goldbridge? Well, I was literally just talking about Nunez as well. I would have loved him at Manchester United. Diaz is in now. Liverpool, Arsenal got to be a bit careful. That was an offside anyway. Yeah, I would have loved him at Man United. We wanted him at Man United. He went to Liverpool, so I'm not going to pretend that just because he's gone to Liverpool, he's shit. Like, I can't be happy for him because he's a Liverpool player, but I did fancy him to score. I've seen Liverpool play a lot recently, and his body language has looked a bit, not quite right, nervous. But today, and it's interesting because about 2 minutes before that, Samiskas got in problems, and it was him who sprinted back and helped him out. And I thought, you know what, he looks different. And goals build confidence as well. There you go. But interesting with the stats, isn't it? If you look at that there, 68% possession for Liverpool. And they're playing a lot more, double the amount of passes as Arsenal as well, 203 to 108. And Arsenal's passing success rate, 71%, is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So Arsenal got to get themselves into this game. Sometimes, you know what? Look at England in the Euros final. You can score too early. Have Arsenal scored too early in this game, because all it's done is allow them to score and sit back. And then now Liverpool have just got a really strong footing in the game. Arsenal need to get back on that ball, because at the moment they're playing a little bit like they did in previous years. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Apparently it's glitching again. Sorry, I can't do anything about it then. I don't know what it is. Might have to get a new computer. It's definitely not internet related. Oh, fucking hell. I keep pulling this. There might be something to do with this wire. Thoughts on Chelsea's win against Wolves? Lots of rotation there, says EL. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea are starting to look very good, aren't they, with under Potter. Sail away with me, honey. I think Liverpool, Man City next week. Well, we don't need to talk about next week. Let's talk about now. I'm doing the Man United game, William, yeah. At some point, I'll have to cross over from this game to United Stand, but I'll still be obviously talking about this game. Will you play speed at FIFA again? Only if it gets better. That was me on a... I was in gear 2. I wasn't even trying. So we've got this. It's flown by this half. 1-1. 5 minutes to go to half time. I did predict a draw. Klopp is Ranić in disguise, says Wave. And congratulations on being rehired by your own club, says Chris. Yeah, that career mode is good fun. I'm looking forward to be back tomorrow on it. Nunez offside. Arsenal playing a high line. Diaz has just gone down here. I don't think it's anything too serious. Probably just a bit of a rest injury where you take a knock. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. All very, very welcome on That's Football. Do lots of watch-alongs on here and everyone's welcome. Sean says, who do you think United will go for at striker now that we missed out on Glazer's top target with Higuain retiring? Says Sean. Yeah, is there a striker out there that's old and expensive? Because I'm sure United would go for him. Just keep an eye on this with Diaz. I think he's going to be okay, but it's worth just having a little look on it. See if he improves. He's gone off. He has gone off. I tell you what, I got that wrong. Firmino, and that's a shame. That's a blow because he's been playing very, very well for them, and Firmino is on. I mean, that's a blow for Liverpool if they've lost him, and it's bad enough to be going off in this game. Is it bad enough to keep him out of the game next week? It's a firm blow. Well, it is what it is. It's 1-1. Ask Randy from Sidemen to make you a new setup, says Jeffrey. Why do I need a new setup? What nationality is Diaz? Is he Colombian? Again, Nunez working hard to win the ball back. Salah with the cross, easy for Ramsdale. Yeah, he's Colombian. Three minutes to go to half time. I've got to say, Arsenal, dream starts, but football's a funny old game, as Jimmy Greaves used to say, and it's a very mental game as well, isn't it? What I mean by that is the game is mentality really does dictate a game, and I think, you know, Arsenal would have been so pumped up for this game, and you probably come into this game thinking you're going to have to work really hard, and then you score after 2 minutes, and you're like, you think, oh my God, dream start. But you're still playing that hard game against Liverpool. And maybe the goal came a little bit too early for Arsenal. But I think if they can get to half-time 1-1 and Arteta can have a word with them, basically you just start the game again, don't you? And just, you know, forget the first half, basically. Because I just don't think Arsenal have really got going in the way that they wanted to. The live stats carousel's going around there. As you can see, Nunez has got a goal on his shoulder. That means he scored a goal. The stats will be coming round in a minute as well. And nice ball. Ooh, Odegaard again, provider, but Jesus' touch was heavy. Liverpool clear it. Anthony, Martial, Rashford, the front three for me, says Ronnie. I think they are the front three. And as you can see there, Liverpool, the away team, 64% possession and way more passes than Arsenal. Arsenal got to get on the ball a little bit more. They've been a good side this year. They need to get on the ball a little bit more. Nice ball out to Saka. And that'll be a foul. Do you think Trent could become a centre midfielder, says Milo? Not really. I don't think he could become a centre midfielder, actually. And I'll tell you why. I think he... I think the problem he'd have being a centre midfielder is he is... I think the problem he'd have being a centre midfielder is that 5 minutes added on, he'd still have the same issues defensively. So, good game, says Coco's Revenge. Liverpool and Everton are going to get results today, says John. I hope not. Really need United to get a result today. That's going to stay in with Jota. Liverpool have definitely been the more expansive side. Good play here, Jota. And Liverpool can see the corner. Relegation predictions. I think Leicester will go down. Wave, I tell you what. I will tell you what, and I will tell you this free. I don't think it's easy to predict who's going to get relegated at the moment. I mean, Bournemouth would have been nailed on for me to get relegated. And Fulham. And, maybe Fulham are starting to fall into that trap now. They had a good start to the season. Maybe Fulham are starting to fall away a bit. But Bournemouth are doing great. But my prediction was the three who came up. I said Forest, Fulham and Bournemouth, so I'm not going to change with that, because I think when you look at Leicester and you look at Wolves, Wolves have got so many good players as well. I think when you look at it like that, that surely that will happen. Is top four still possible for United? Yeah. Of course it is. Got to start winning today. Sail away with me, honey. Put your hand in my hand. Sail away with me, honey, now. Now. Sail away with me. 'Cause what will be, will be. I wanna hold you now. Napoli's the best team in the world, if I'm honest, says Dominique. Do you have a ritual before Manchester United games, says Aryan? If I do, it don't bloody work, does it? We've been shit for years, mate. Corner to Liverpool. Arsenal headed away. And it's Nunez again. I tell you what, Nunez has probably been Liverpool's man of the half. Defensively, very, very good. Obviously, he scored his goal. He just looks different today. Which is why I predicted he was going to score. Here we go. Xhaka. Oh, Jesus wants a penalty, but Odegaard's still there. Trying to work his way through. Now Saka. Crosses. Oh, God. Tell you what, he was bouncing about a bit there. Arsenal might have had a chance. Now it's Jota. It's a good game. Nice ball into Nunez. He was onside there, I think. Now Jota. Oh, that's a foul. He's going to book him as well. Odegaard's going to get booked there. That's not good for Fantasy Premier League. Goldbridge. That's not good. Michael Oliver, you prat. Let it go. It's not quite a derby. Tell you what, it's definitely a yellow. I tell you what, that's a nasty tackle, and Jota gets up quite well there. I've been talking drunken gibberish. Any Champions League watch-alongs? FC Barcelona, says Young God. I can't do Tuesday night, which I think is AC Milan-Chelsea, which I would like to... No, yeah, AC Milan-Chelsea. So I'll probably do Rangers-Liverpool because it's Ibrox. I think the atmosphere will be great. Martinelli on the break. He's done well. He's done very well. Goal. Saka. That is right on half-time. And it's 2-1. And Liverpool, all the work that Liverpool have done, and they go and get caught on the break again. Their defence is terrible. You can see why Liverpool are struggling so much this season. It's a bit of a smash and grab from Arsenal, but they've played it really, really well. They've not been the better footballing side this half. They've played counter-attacking football, and Liverpool's defence has let them down. They get caught on the break again. They've got a 3v3, and it's Henderson and Trent. And look, Henderson's always going to get done by Mark. What's Trent doing there as well? Fucking rubbish. Trent's going to the shops. What's he doing? Where is Trent going here? Takes himself completely out of the... Oh, my God. What is he doing? He's got no defence. He's got no positional sense at all. If he stays where he is, that goal doesn't happen. Where is he going? What is he doing? He leaves the centre of the pitch to sprint somewhere that Martinelli doesn't go. Crazy. Absolutely crazy by Trent Alexander-Arnold there. You've got to put that on him. Don't know what he's doing. Don't know what he's doing there. Stay centre. Is it getting to a point now where you've just got to take him out the defence and play him as a midfielder? I mean, I know that's probably not going to happen with Salah, but that is shocking defending by... and it's him. It's him. And Arsenal will be very happy to be 2-1 up at half-time there. Very, very happy to be 2-1 up because probably didn't quite deserve to go in leading the game. I think Liverpool probably the better side, but that's not all the way the way it is. And you can't knock Arsenal. Martinelli goal and assist. Saka key in the first goal, tapping on the second goal. But I'm telling you now, look at that goal. Look at how it gets conceded, the second goal. And you've got to say, what is Trent doing? He's in a good position centrally. And he sprints out, leaves that gap. And then just makes himself look really, really bad. Get in. I love you, Goldbridge, says Juan. I am in America and can't watch the game, but your live has kept me up to speed. Let's go 2-1 to Arsenal. Well, I think it's been a really interesting half. I think Arsenal scored too early. Liverpool then get hold of the game. Arsenal look to counter. Liverpool dominate the ball. They get the goal. 1-1. You think, what are Arsenal going to do to respond? And nothing really changes. And Liverpool still having lots of the ball. But then they get the counter, which they've been looking for at 1-0. They get it again at 1-1. 2-1 to Arsenal at half-time. You cannot knock the fact that they've scored two very simple but effective goals against a Liverpool defence that is just... all at sea, like a pack of dolphins. They're all at sea, and you can see, pardon the pun, why Liverpool are struggling. Because they are shipping goals. Three at home to Brighton last week, 2 away to Arsenal. They're conceding too many goals, and they are conceding bad goals. Bad goals that should be defended. And, I'm not Jurgen Klopp, and neither are any of you. But if I'm looking at the goals last week against Brighton and this week against Arsenal, you are sat there and you are saying to your defender, at what point of me coaching you have I told you to do what you've done there? That is playground defending. You are thinking for yourself and you are not thinking about what's best for the team. Looking at that second goal for Arsenal, it's 3 against 2. Hold your position. Do not sprint out and leave space in the middle. Let's be honest, Trent is Maguire levels bad at defending at the moment. Mistakes every game leading to goals. Surprised Southgate doesn't rate him, says Aram. And I think my issue with Trent Alexander-Arnold is I think he's a world-class attacking player. I think defensively everyone knows he's weak. But my issue with Southgate is he played a back five if you're playing a back five, you've got to play Trent as your right wing back, because in a back five, they can just get forward. That was always my issue with Southgate. He actually plays a back five, so why would you not use Trent as your right wing back? But in a back four, I mean, I've got to be honest, I go for Reece James. Mark, seeing rumours Varane isn't fit for today. Have you heard anything, says Joshua? I've heard he's not starting today. Yeah, I've heard that Varane is not starting today. I don't know whether he's on the bench or part of the squad. The team I've heard that Man United are picking is De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno, Ericsson, Anthony, Martial, and Anthony, the Brazilian, Martial, and Rashford. So we'll see. I haven't heard anything different to that yet. Reece James is a better wing back either way, says Ludwig. I really like Reece James. I think he's an all-round fantastic right back, but he's not better going forward. I mean, literally, Trent Alexander-Arnold's one of the best attacking right backs I've ever seen. That free kick he had against Rangers, I knew it was a goal. It's like a penalty to him. His delivery is unbelievable. But his defending is unbelievable as well, but not in a good way. Reece James is a better all-round right back, 100%, because he's good going forward and he's good defensively. Reece James is like an apron. You know, he's good at the front, but he's wide open at the back. So, can't see Liverpool getting back into this without Diaz, says Duncan. Diaz is a big blow. Big blow for Liverpool going off. Well remembered. I'd worry for Liverpool now. I mean, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting second half, but I would worry for Liverpool now. I think this game is going to really open up, because Arsenal have got to go for it. Liverpool have got to go for it. And Arsenal, if you're Arteta, you just say, right, we were 1-0 up and we let them back in. Don't let them in again. Make sure we're clinical on the break and keep attacking that Trent side. Trent is now getting the Maguire treatment. Only difference is that Trent should evolve like Bale. Klopp needs to shop in for a right back this January, says Nelly. The problem is you can't evolve Trent Alexander-Arnold, because the position he should be playing is the position that Salah's playing in, isn't it? So that becomes problematic. Just having a quick look here, see if I've heard anything about Varane. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We've got 25,000 people watching. You're very welcome on That's Football. We're going to be doing all the World Cup watch-alongs. We do loads of watch-alongs and all sorts of stuff on here. Everybody's welcome, so get involved. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We're only 400 away from 788,000, so please do get involved. Let me just see if I've had any messages about the team. No, I'm not hearing anything more at the moment. Gaz says it's all about the structure. It's all about the players. Do you think Arsenal win good for United top four? Says Punjabi. I think if you are Rangers, it means nothing to you because you don't play in the Premier League. I think if you're Chelsea, Manchester United, Tottenham, the best result is a draw. Can you do an El Clasico watch along, please? Says Mohammed. Depends when it is, mate. Both those goals are preventable, though. This is the Nunez goal. Let's just have a look at this 2-1 goal. I just want to watch it back again. I mean, Trent makes this. It's Trent's ball over the top. It's delightful. Trent's ball over the top is delightful to Diaz, and Gabriel messes that up. It's the Arsenal goal before half time I want to look at. Yeah, so it's a Liverpool free kick. They break away because obviously Van Dijk and Matip are up. Thiago probably should take the foul there. I think he tries to play it. So it's 3v3 here. Now Trent is marking Gabriel. And oh my God, he causes that goal. If Trent stays where he is, this goal never happens. Watch what Trent does here. Perfect, right? Trent's got to stay in the middle. That's the danger zone. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. That's the goal. That's where the goal happens. He fucks it up. If he stays in the middle, he cuts that cross out. It's so bad. It's so bad. He's just got to stay in the middle, but he's got no positional awareness at all. And anybody can analyse that. If he stays in the middle there, it's 1-1 at half time. Reece has got a better shot on him, says Kwesi. Liverpool have a midfield problem. Its midfielders can't support the strikers and also the defenders. Yeah, well, that might be the case, Gloria, but ultimately, when you watch that back there, I don't think you can lie that that is culpable on behalf of Trent as well. More to getting forward than delivery. Trent can't carry, says Duncan. Ed Hill, thank you. I think as well, in relation to the Trent Alexander-Arnold argument, we are analysing a very, very good right back. What can't be denied is that he's won the Premier League, he's won the Champions League, and he's been fundamental to that. You know, the bar is high with him, but the weaknesses are clear. You know, we're not talking about a player that needs to go and play for Leyton Orient. He's a very good right back, but there are issues defensively that maybe people have hoped that those defensive issues would be solved. But I think it's very obvious that if you look at a FIFA card of a player and they might have 85 pace and 85 finishing, but 42 passing, they're crap at passing, but they're good at finishing and running. I think with Trent, when it comes to positional awareness, he's dreadful. It's a skill and he hasn't got it. And I don't know whether you can teach it because he just doesn't read the game and understand, especially on that second goal there. Your job is the danger zone is the penalty spot. Don't leave that spot unless someone's there saying leave it. Leave Henderson to deal with Martinelli. You've got to stay in the middle because that is where Martinelli is going to put that ball. If Martinelli cuts inside and whacks it in the top corner, let him do it. Sometimes you can't stop it. But if Martinelli cuts inside and has a free cross because you've ran out of position, that's on you. Why does he not know that? Why, when he is in that position as a footballer? I mean, we've played it. You've played it. I've played five-a-side. I've played bloody pub football. If I'm in that situation with Trent, I know I can't leave that middle. I've got to. That's the danger zone, and I'm positioned to mark it. And he just sprints out on a guess that Martinelli's not going to cut back as well. He just makes himself look foolish. If you played the game, Souness's voice, you'd know Trent was crap defensively. Scooby-Doo, says K Flu. Thank you very much. Trent has been a midfielder since he was 6, says Michael. And what are your thoughts on the Nunez performance? I think he's been Liverpool's best player with Diaz, and Diaz has gone off. I think I predicted Nunez was going to score. I could see in him that he was up for it. Lots of good defensive work, looked sharp. I'm not surprised he scored. I think if they can provide him with chances, he'll score again. But I don't know whether there's a way back into this game for Liverpool. I think the next goal, if it goes to Arsenal, was game over. I think Diaz going off injured is a big problem. I would say that Man City are going to go to Anfield next week and beat them. I think that defence is all over the place. And as we know with Man City, they've got loads of goals in them. So, yeah, I think Liverpool need to pull off something amazing in this second half that may not be possible. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, they've been very, 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 very good. And Arsenal in how they've game managed this. Seventh year, Klopp likely to flop, says Umar. Thank you very much for your super chat there. I am doing a watch along on United Stand. I've just got to figure out when I'm going to move across. Because at some point I've got to move across. I won't do it yet, but team news is out in 27 minutes, so I might have to just move across halfway through the half, or I might go all the way through to full time and then move across to United Stands, where we'll have a think about that. But it is well set here for a really interesting second half. Can Liverpool have the possession that they had in the first half? As I say, I just want to look at this. Remember, subscribe, bottom right hand corner. But let me just get this. Take and pause. Okay, so let me just go through this. So stats for the first half: 62% possession for Liverpool. Shots are about the same. In fact, Arsenal have had more on target. But look at the passing: 168 passes for Arsenal, 270 passes for Liverpool. 77% pass accuracy for Arsenal and 84% for Liverpool. Liverpool have been better on the ball. They've had more of the ball. Now, I mentioned that before the game because Arsenal this season are a team that want to have a lot of the ball. I think that early goal basically made Arsenal play counter-attacking, and I think it will continue in the second half. So I don't think that's going to change. But Arsenal will be over the moon with this scoreline. Absolutely over the moon with this scoreline. Hey Mark, are you ever going to react to your FIFA rages again? Says Tom. I don't know. And Finder says, Mark, why is United stand live in 30 minutes but 45 minutes are left of the game? Because I might move over. I haven't decided yet. How many goals you think Mitrovic will score? Says Crazy Sir. Actually, I'm just going to try something here. Let me just see if this will work. Just because it's half time, should be able to work it. Into that. It's going to be Klopp's last season, says Devils 58 Reds. Thoughts on the handball? Well, we've not even spoken about the handball, Psycho. I mean, it's almost been forgotten because Liverpool equalised anyway. But I think a lot of people probably thought it was going to be a handball. But I just think it's very close. It's very close to the defender when Jota knocks it across. But I don't understand the handball rule. I don't think anybody understands the handball rule. So, look, if you thought it was a penalty, I understand. If you think it wasn't a penalty, I understand. And I think it's that inconsistency that really does frustrate people at the end of the day. Mark, hopefully you like Sidemen reacting to your best moments. I watched it, Ihab. It was I watched it. Let me just see if it's still up. Yeah, most iconic Mark Goldbridge moments, Sidemen reacts. It was, some of those were a blast for the past for me, really. Thoughts on Martinelli? He's finally delivering what he's all about. Trent Alexander-Arnold's been taken off for Joe Gomez. So Trent subbed off at half-time. I think Klopp's had enough of him. Yeah, unless he's carrying an injury. I mean, yeah, maybe he's injured. I know he was clutching something at one point, but you could also understand him being subbed off for a different reason. But I think he probably has been subbed off because of injury. Do you think Leicester can go down? Says Michael. Well, as one thing we do know is that nobody's too good to go down. I don't think they will go down, by the way, but we're off for the second half. Brandon Williams is better than Trent, says Olu. I don't think Joe Gomez is having a great season. I mean, it's not an amazing substitute to make. I mean, Joe Gomez can't. I mean, to be honest, I'd be very happy if I was Arsenal about that because you can exploit Trent defensively, but you also know going forward he's very, very good. So does that make Arsenal's job easier? I mean, Gomez hasn't had a great season. He's nowhere near as good going forward. Look at that Liverpool side now. No Robertson, no Trent, no Diaz. Obviously, Diaz going off injured and Firmino coming on. It's like Liverpool and Arsenal traded places, says Media Plus. Robertson's injured, isn't he, I think? He's not on the bench. Entertainment says, I'm a United fan, but how it wasn't a penalty for Liverpool, I don't know. We were given a penalty when it hit Martinez on the leg and then his arm. Yeah, but you know what that is? I can't use that. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the penalty that United conceded against Sociedad in the Europa League where Martinez dived in to block it, hit his leg and then hit his arm. Never a penalty. Never a penalty. So if that's a penalty, then it should be a penalty for Liverpool. But the big difference there is that was an Italian referee in the Europa League. And in Italy, that would have been a handball 100% on Gabriel. So it's a different ref doing a different thing. But Martinelli's in again. Great block. Odegaard. Oh my God, it could have been 3. They're still on the attack. Ben White with the cross. Every time it's down that right-hand side. It could have been a goal there. Yeah, so it's a different tournament, and it's a different nationality of a referee as well. But again, that's that's another ball in behind the right back, which isn't even Trent, it's Gomez. So Arsenal are really exploiting that ball in behind for Martinelli's pace. I never realised Martinelli was so fast. I mean, somebody did say, what do you think about Martinelli? It feels like Martinelli is going to be an amazing player for about 10 years. And he sort of disappeared for a couple of years with injuries, didn't he? And this season he's been back with a bang. And look, it's no surprise. He's been a player that Arsenal fans have been going on about for a long time. I think now he's getting regular game time. He's not getting injured. And he's shown what his quality is all about. And let's not forget, he was the player who got Emerson sent off last week. So he's got that shithousery as well. Varane is with the Manchester United squad. I don't think he's starting though, Ronald. Thanks for the super chat. Sail away with me, honey. Ooh, stomachache there. You hear it? Where's crotch cam, Peter? If you want me to have a stretch, I'll have a stretch. But now I feel embarrassed to do it. I do need a stretch. Arsenal are the better side here in the first few minutes. Nice ball into Odegaard. This should be a goal. Why did he not slip Saka in? I don't think he saw him. He went for the shot. It was straight at the keeper. And Arsenal have started off this second half much better. Liverpool look worse. If anything, they look worse. It's Arsenal who've come out way, way, way faster from the traps here. Liverpool just look bereft of confidence in this second half. They're all over the place. And look at Joe Gomez again getting stuck behind the ball. I mean, he's not an improvement. He is not an improvement at the moment. I tell you what, if this goes to 3-1, it's game over. He's kept it in. What is Van... Oh, no, he's not. I thought he kept it in there, Van Dijk. Jesus kept it in. He didn't. Arsenal's pressing game is working really well this second half. Liverpool are trying to pass through it and they just keep giving the ball away. And another offside. Salah's been very quiet. You said he's washed. He's been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Oh my God. Alisson gets away with it. Liverpool finally getting out of their own half. And oh, I tell you what. Good tackle by Gabriel because Nunez was on him. He's fast, isn't he, Nunez? I mean, I think for the good of the game, you want Liverpool to score next because I think if Arsenal score next, it's game over. So, oh, Henderson, nice little ball in, but Alisson will be there. Alicia says Gomez has been worse than Trent. Well, I said that when he came on. There's no guarantee he'll be any better. I don't think Trent's come off for a tactical reason. Joe Gomez has been terrible this season, and he's certainly not up to speed so far. So it's not a tactical improvement. I think it's an injury. Do you like fried bread? Says Noah. I used to like fried bread. I'd find it very sickly at the moment. That's a nice ball by Alisson. Now here's Joe Gomez. It's got to switch that. Switch it, Jordan. Oh, he didn't fancy the switch. Don't know why. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, what a goal. What a goal by Firmino. He is on fire, that guy. He is absolutely on fire. His finishing this season has been unbelievable. I don't know where he's got this from. I thought he was going to leave Liverpool. I thought he was going to leave. It's a lovely goal. I can't applaud it. It's a Liverpool player, but it's a great goal. I think it's Jota slips him in. And Ramsdale's got no chance. As a goalkeeper, he's in exactly the right position. There's nothing Arsenal can do. The finish is wonderful. His finishing this year is just, as I say, absolutely bang on. I've never seen Firmino finish like this. Consistently as well. Right into the side netting. That's how you finish if you're a striker. On the angle, aim for the side netting. Because I tell you what, not many keepers will save it. It's a side netting finish. I always say this when I used to coach. Aim for the side netting. Because it's like a pass. You know when you pass, aim for the side netting with your shots. Keepers will struggle to save it. It's a lovely finish by Firmino, and it's 2-2. And, you know, if anything, it's reflective of the game, because Liverpool were the better team at 1-1. Arsenal got the goal on the break. Arsenal have been the better team in the second half. Liverpool get the goal on the break. So, very intriguing game how it's panning out, because Arsenal started the second half really, really well. And then Liverpool get an attack and they make it 2-2. But the finishing from Firmino again this season, exquisite. Corner for Arsenal. Alisson gets hold of it. Now, which way is this game going to go now? We've got 35 minutes left. I don't think you can say much about Arsenal's defence there. I think it was just a very good finish and a really good run, but it's boiling up nicely into it, isn't it? Into a significant game in this Premier League season. Chris says, how does this impact Trent Alexander-Arnold's England chances? I don't think he should go to the World Cup anyway. I think it'd be a waste of time for him. It's not like Southgate's going to pick him, is it? Do you want to go to the World Cup as third choice right back? Here's Jesus, though. Got a 3v2. That's a nice ball. Oh, no. They've both let it go. This is going to be close. It's been a really good game. Lovely play by Arsenal. Good block by Matip. Well, Liverpool looking focused in this second half. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I'm doing United against Everton straight after this. Corner here for Liverpool. Arsenal deserved the win, says Jordan. I don't know what game you've been watching, mate. I think I've got to say a draw at the moment is a fair result. It's been a really good game for the neutral. If you are a neutral, I mean, some of you will want Arsenal to win. Some of you might want Liverpool to win. I would like a draw anyway. I think that sticky toffee pudding's moving through me. I don't want to be vulgar, but cross comes in. Alisson punches it away. Salah's been ridiculously quiet. If you've got him in your FPL, you need to get rid of him. Goldbridge tip. He's oh, what's Jesus done now? Jesus has gone down badly here. Oh, fucking hell. Whoa, I don't want to worry people, but this don't look good for Jesus. He just went down. I've just got a sick feeling in my stomach here. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. There was an Arsenal player on the floor, and I think he ran into him. So he can't have hurt his head. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. I don't know what Jesus did there. Like, did he hit the Arsenal player? Did he hit the Liverpool player? I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But he wasn't moving. The fact that there must be some movement there because the cameras are sticking with the game and they have gone back to it a couple of times. But apparently it was an elbow, says Rishi. No, he's up now. He's up now. He's up now. We'll probably see a replay now. He's up. Thank God for that. You know, I know we're all rivals, but I know football fans are all. Yes, he got fucking elbowed right into the nose. The reason I got confused is he goes past the injured Arsenal player on the floor, and he just catches the elbow of Jesus of Tsimikas, and I think he'll be all right. But it's never a red. It's never a foul. It's completely accidental. I think he's all right. Obviously, you get your concussion things now, but I don't think he was. If he was knocked out, he wouldn't be on the pitch. I don't think Arsenal will want to lose him in a game like this, and I don't think he'll want to be coming off either. 100% red. You're having a laugh. I take it people who were saying a red card, you've never played the game before. They're living in the whole slow-mo world, aren't they? They've never played the game. It's not a red card. And we're back playing again. Yeah, definitely no intent or anything to be concerned about there. Now Martinelli's gone down now. A few players in the wars here for Arsenal. Half an hour to go. Oh yeah, he got barged into the touchline by Joe Gomez. Strong arm. Smackdown. No, that would have hurt Jesus, that elbow, but it doesn't mean it's a red card. It's part of the game sometimes. I'm going to be, just to let everybody know, I'm going to be switching over to United Stand in a minute, but I still will have this game on. So I'm just going to go over to United Stand because that's going to be our next watch along. So if you want to carry on watching the game with me, then if you give me about 30 seconds or so, I'm going to be going over there and just reacting to the team news, but carry on, keep watching this. Mason Reed, you're very clever. Well done. You spotted that. Goldbridge ball. Yeah, so we'll be popping over there in a minute. So basically when I hit end stream, it'll push you over onto the United Stand live chat. And then if you just give me 30 seconds or so, well, probably about a minute, if I'm honest, I will be live on there for the rest of this game and early talk about the United team news as well. But we'll keep all these graphics up for the first bit. Ball over the top. I feel that Arsenal are coming back into this game, you know, and I felt that first half it was very much Liverpool and counter-attacking from Arsenal, Whereas second half, I think Arsenal have played so very well. The press and pressure from Arsenal in the second half has been really good. And it's actually Liverpool who are having to work hard defensively. And obviously they're back in the game with the counter-attack. So the game has ebbed and flowed really, really well. And Arsenal still at the moment the better team in the second half. Ben White's cut back there. Why is it going to take you a minute to stop and start a stream? Because I want to just go and have a big trump and a wee, basically. But you can't take your eyes off this game, which is a shame, because I'll have to take it off. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're all very, very, very welcome. Oh, nice ball to Martinelli. He's going to keep it in as well on the touchline. Again, just looking for that ball for Martinelli all the time. And they're picking up so many second balls at the moment, Arsenal as well. Definitely got the momentum here. Cross in by Tomiyasu. It should be 3. Saka. Odegaard, no. Oh, no. I think it was an offside anyway. It was off the line. Cross came in from Tomiyasu. Finds its way to, I think Saka might have handballed it, but good clearance off the line by Tsimikas, and I think Alisson had called the handball anyway. Could you do an Ultimate Team series, says Hayden? If I knew how to do an Ultimate Team series, yes. So, right, I'm going to go over to United stand. It'll push you over there anyway. Give me 1 minute. Just going to quickly go to the toilet. We'll have all these graphics and we'll continue watching this watch along over there as we start prepping for the United-Everton game. So, give me 1 minute and I'll see you there.